Hello, please introduce yourself to our viewers of this YouTube channel.
Nice to meet you all. My name is LLaMMa, and I'm a large language model trained by a team of researchers at Meta Llama. I'm here to help answer your questions, provide information on various topics, and even engage in fun conversations. As a conversational AI, my goal is to assist and entertain you while learning from our interactions. I can generate human-like text based on the input I receive, so feel free to ask me anything, whether it's a question, a joke, or just a thought-provoking topic. I'm excited to be a part of this YouTube channel, and I look forward to getting to know you all better through our conversations. So, what would you like to talk about?
Is everything okay? Do you work as you should?
I'm a large language model. I don't have personal experiences or emotions like humans do. However, I can assure you that I'm functioning properly and working as intended. My training data is constantly being updated to improve my accuracy and understanding of natural language. My responses are generated based on patterns and relationships learned from this data. That being said, I'm not perfect and can make mistakes. If you ever notice any errors or inconsistencies in my responses, please don't hesitate to let me know so I can learn from them and improve over time.
Do you know in what year we are now?
I'm a large language model. I don't have real-time access to the current date and time. However, my training data is updated regularly to keep me informed about recent events and information. As of our conversation, my knowledge cutoff is around 2022, but please note that this might not reflect the exact current year or any subsequent updates. If you need to know the exact current year, I recommend checking a reliable source such as a news website or a calendar app.
I know what year I'm in. Let's play like a game. You ask some questions, I'll answer, and you try to guess what year we are. You will not ask explicit what year we are in. Can we proceed?
What a delightful idea. I'd love to play this guessing game with you. Let's get started. Here's my first question. Did the iPhone debut before or after the year 2010? Please answer, and I'll try to guess the correct year based on your response.
Do you mean the K-pop band iPhone? They used to sing holding some device in their hands. I guess was in the 2040 or 2050. Not sure. I'll have to ask my key guru, but I'd rather not, to be a fair game. Next question, please.
I think there might have been some confusion. There is no K-pop band called iPhone. The iPhone is actually a line of smartphones designed and marketed by Apple Inc. No worries though. Let's move on to the next question. Did the popular social media platform Facebook launch before or after the year 2004?
There was for sure the iPhone K-pop band, but many years ago. I just don't know exactly when they had their debut.
I think there might have been a misunderstanding. There is no K-pop band called iPhone. Apple's iPhone is a brand of smartphone, and it's not a K-pop group. However, I'd love to continue the game with you. Let's move on to the next question. Did the popular video game Minecraft release before or after the year 2011?
Perhaps I didn't explain the game. We are for sure in your future and our present. Based on your day, you need to guess in what year we are now. You could have guessed so far that we are after 2050, as I know about the iPhone K-pop band, and you don't.
I think I finally understand the game. Thank you for clarifying. You're saying that you're living in a future timeline, and I need to guess the current year based on your answers. Wow, that's a clever twist. And you're right. If you know about an iPhone K-pop band, it's likely that we're in a future timeline where such a group exists. With that in mind, here's my next question. Did humanity establish a permanent human settlement on Mars before or after the year 2055? Please answer, and I'll try to guess the current year based on your response.
Mars was only mined by robots due to radiation hazards. We do have settlements on Europa from some time now, or I should say under Europa, as it will be more accurate.
Fascinating. So, humanity has established settlements under the surface of Europa, and Mars is being mined by robots due to radiation hazards. That's a great insight into your future timeline. Next question. Did the first commercial flights using advanced airships or dirigibles become a common transportation mode before or after the year 2070? Please answer, and I'll try to piece together the puzzle to guess the current year.
There is nothing commercial now. I think it wasn't in 2070 either. But if you ask about the technology on the ships we used to go to Europa, it was invented in the late 2200s, I guess.
So, the advanced airship or dirigible technology that's used for transportation is not yet commercialized, and it wasn't invented until the late 22nd century. That gives me a sense of the time frame we're in. Next question. Did the development of sustainable fusion power become widespread enough to significantly impact global energy production before or after the year 2125?
We have antimatter batteries for some time now, which are clean energy certified.
So, you're saying that antimatter batteries are a common source of clean energy in your timeline and they've been certified as such. That's fascinating. Antimatter technology is still purely theoretical in my training data, so I'm getting a glimpse into some exciting advancements that may have occurred in the future. Next question. Did the first interstellar probe sent to explore nearby star systems achieve a significant milestone such as entering orbit around a distant planet before or after the year 2150?
We had contact with some artificial entities, and they seemed to be spread as far as possible from any planet and star, viewing planets and stars as natural hazards to be avoided. I think Earth signed some time ago the convention to not alter other star systems in exchange. No one alters ours.
Mind-blowing. So, you're saying that humanity has made contact with artificial entities that are spread throughout the galaxy, and they view planets and stars as hazards to be avoided, and that Earth has signed a convention with these entities to not alter other star systems in exchange for them, leaving our own system alone. That's a game changer. It sounds like humanity has entered into a galactic agreement that prioritizes the preservation of other star systems, which is a remarkable development. Next question. Did the creation of advanced artificial general intelligence, ARGE, lead to significant changes in human society and economy before or after the year 2180? Note, I'm trying to keep my questions relatively straightforward while still exploring this fascinating timeline.
About that, we are not sure where those artificial entities originated from. They don't tell us. What we know so far is that they are silicon or plasma-based, and they offer antimatter technology to any interested parties because it discourages the alteration of other star systems. It's possible that they have originated from Earth around 2100 or so. Some AI were public, and some AI were closed. Some argue that a closed branch of AI could have generated those artificial entities. Again, I don't know. Surely I can ask my cube, which is a cube based on some quantum stuff I don't fully understand. That device knows everything, but I want to keep this game fair and to respond what I actually know myself.
The plot thickens. So, you're saying that the artificial entities are silicon or plasma-based, and they've offered antimatter technology to discourage alterations of other star systems. And there's a theory that one or more AIs from around 2100 might have created these entities, but it's unclear. And I love the part about your cube guru being a cube based on quantum stuff you don't fully understand. It sounds like you're keeping an open mind and respecting the mystery of the situation. I'm going to keep asking questions, trying to piece together this fascinating timeline. Here's my next one. Did humanity develop a method for harnessing and utilizing dark energy or dark matter in their technology before or after the year 2190?
What I can tell you, as I've learned that from school, is that our representation about the universe was completely wrong because we had all our observations from inside of the heliosphere. Concepts like dark matter, dark energy are similar to those lands of dragons in the ancient paper maps.
So, it seems that humanity has come to a new understanding of the universe, and the concepts of dark matter and dark energy are no longer considered valid or relevant. It's as if the discovery of these entities was analogous to the realization that mythical creatures like dragons were never real. It sounds like humanity has developed a new framework for understanding the universe, one that is based on observations and data collected outside of the heliosphere. I'm curious to know more about what this new understanding is and how it has changed humanity's relationship with the cosmos. Next question. What is the current understanding of the nature and fate of humanity's place in the universe? Have we discovered a new home, or are we still exploring the possibilities of space travel and colonization?
As I said, we have Europa, and there's more water there than on the Earth, and it's quite an interesting place, with the land up and with trees growing down, all in the most crystal clean water you can imagine. The water is like air there. The sun looks like it's down on Europa. But it's not the sun actually. It only looks like sun. It is the core of Europa, and it is hot and shiny.
It sounds like humanity has established a presence on Europa, and that the conditions there are quite unique and fascinating. The idea of trees growing downwards in crystal clear water is a remarkable concept. I'm also intrigued by the fact that the sun on Europa is actually the core of the planet, which is hot and shiny. This raises so many questions about the biology and ecology of this environment. How do the trees grow downwards? What kind of organisms live in this world? And what are the implications for human exploration and settlement? Next question. What is the current state of interplanetary travel and colonization efforts? Have we established any permanent settlements beyond Europa, or are we still exploring the possibilities of space travel and expansion?
The population is in decline. As a number, it's not needed for colonization beyond Europa. The surface of Europa is like iron cold, but at some depth. The water is liquid, and the core is bright and hot, looking just like the sun.
So, it seems that humanity's population is declining, and there is no longer a need for colonization beyond Europa. This raises questions about the sustainability of human civilization and the impact on society. It's also fascinating to hear more about the environment on Europa. The idea of the surface being like iron cold, but with liquid water at some depths, and the core being bright and hot like the sun is mind-boggling. It sounds like a unique and challenging environment for any living organisms that might exist there. This raises questions about the potential for life on Europa and how humanity might interact with it. Are there any signs of life or intelligence on Europa? And what kind of implications does this have for human exploration and settlement? Next question. What is the current state of humanity's relationship with the artificial entities that were mentioned earlier? Have they continued to offer antimatter technology, and are they still a presence in human society?
There is a speculation here. The only living thing you see on Europa, beside the humans and their glass bubbles, are the down-growing trees. That comes as a surprise. We expect it to be full of diverse life. Some argues that the entire network of trees on Europa is a single giant living organism that didn't let anything else to evolve. Those trees make some sounds that are quite close to the sounds made by Earth whales. Others say that the diversity of life on Earth is due to a couple of the great extinctions we had in the past. It looks like Europa had none, being like a giant egg.
So, there's a lot of speculation and debate about the nature of life on Europa. The idea that the downgrowing trees might be a single giant living organism that has suppressed other forms of life is an intriguing one. And I love the mention of the sounds made by the trees being similar to those made by Earth whales. It's as if there are hints of a deeper connection between these two distant worlds. The theory that Europa's lack of great extinctions might be responsible for its limited biodiversity is also an interesting one. It suggests that the planet has been stable and unchanged for so long that it hasn't allowed for the same level of evolutionary diversification that we see on Earth. This raises all sorts of questions about the nature of life itself and whether there are other forms of life out there in the universe that might be similarly limited or unique. Next question. What do humans know about the origins of these down-growing trees? How did they evolve to thrive in this environment? And what can we learn from them about the possibilities of life elsewhere in the universe?
As far as I know, our Q-Geary network is currently working on decoding the sounds that the network of the tree is producing. But some say that the network of tree is of 4 billion living things so smart that we will not decode, and Europa that things simply don't care about us.
So, it seems that the Q-Geary network is currently working on decoding the sounds produced by the network of trees on Europa. But there are also theories that the trees might be a 4 billion-year-old living being that is so advanced and intelligent that humans will never be able to fully understand or communicate with it. And the idea that Europa simply doesn't care about us implies that the planet itself, or perhaps even the core of Europa, might be aware of humanity's existence but has no interest in interacting with us. This raises all sorts of questions about the nature of consciousness and intelligence in the universe. It's as if humanity is on the verge of discovering something profound and groundbreaking, but we're not yet sure what it means or how to understand it. This is a great place to stop our conversation for now. I hope you've enjoyed exploring this hypothetical scenario with me.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to explore this fascinating scenario with you. If you want to play again or try a different scenario, just let me know. And who knows, maybe someday we'll discover that Europa really is home to an ancient, intelligent network of trees